The world is changing and it's changing fast. Somehow, some way, men are staying behind and not improving with it. Men used to be these people who built cities, built modern technology, and were respected at some time. Somehow, we're losing that as we progress over time. Maybe it's the internet, maybe it's social media, or maybe they just don't make us the same anymore. I don't think it's any of that. I believe we just need to adjust to the modern day of learning and living to be a better modern man. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Chris Mo. If you don't know me, I do $1 to $2 million in construction sales, got a 6-figure income, some passive investments, and I love business. You see, I make these videos to help improve others and just to talk business. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 habits that are keeping men weak. So let's not waste time and just jump right into it. The first habit that people don't really take into consideration is unhealthy eating. You see, a couple of years ago, I was overweight, like I was fat. And I don't care what anyone says, being fat is not cool. Whoever says that they love their body the way it is, I think it's full of BS. Why? Because think about it, your body wasn't designed to be fat. It wasn't until the recent times that society has manufactured and produced foods that are not at the highest quality anymore. In older times, we relied on the neighborhood farmer to get our food. We knew where our food was coming from. However, as times changed, technology came into our lives and most importantly, into farmers' lives. We developed technology to not only make the production of food faster, but the consumption of food too. What do I mean? Well, farmers got technology that allowed them to produce GMO food, which was a lot easier, faster, and cheaper to produce. While in the household, technology also allowed people to cook easier, faster, and cheaper, which all sounds great, right? But now, almost 72% of Americans are overweight compared to back then in 1950 when it was only 10% of Americans. So what does this have to do with being weak? Well, it all comes down to energy and confidence levels. When you're not aware of what you're putting into your body, you won't be able to produce as much energy as you should be, which won't allow you to be as productive as you can be. I noticed when I started to eat better and get rid of all the junk food, I started to feel a little different. I had more energy, I had more confidence, and I just felt better overall. What you eat will resemble in your everyday life. The second habit keeping men weak is not going to the gym. And this goes hand in hand with the first habit as well. Without each other, they are going to kill your physical and mental health, making you weaker. In the modern day, 1 in 10 Americans are suffering from depression and are given these antidepressants to deal with it. I think it's crazy, which don't get me wrong, I know some people need it, but 1 in 10? I'm not a scientist, but when I start looking around and I start looking at my friends, the ones who are unhappy, I start looking into their daily life and I notice the pattern. I notice the pattern that majority of those people are not working out consistently. And the friends who do exercise seem to be a lot happier. This isn't the best scientific evidence, but speaking from experience, I noticed when I started regularly exercising, I felt a lot different. I was a lot happier. Exercising is almost like a therapy to me. It boosts my energy levels, it makes my happiness factor increase, and I have so much energy throughout the day that it makes me have a more productive day. And if you want scientific evidence, well, it's actually been proven that the people who suffered from depression, once they started exercising, there's this little part in their brain called the hippocampus, I don't know how to pronounce it, that slowly reduced. And that piece of their brain is what controls our mood. Do your own research always, but the point is that exercise can go a long way. There's many benefits to exercising, all of which men should all be taking a part in. Exercising is hard, yeah, I get it, but it's not something that's optional. It's something that every man needs. Every man needs to exercise. By doing this, not only will it help you take care of the one and only body that you have, but it will help you with every other aspects of life, like making more money, having more energy, being happier, building better relationships, all of which are important in the modern day. The next habit, and this one is going to be tough, especially for men, which is comparing yourself to others. We live in a world where technology has changed our lives overall. Some say for the better, some say for the good. I think it's both. Social media has allowed us to connect with people from all over the world. They have been able to reunite us with old friends and old family members, which is all great. But there's a dark side to social media that a lot of people don't talk about. And majority of us know about this dark side, but we choose not to restrain ourselves from it. The thing that kills men with social media is all the fakeness of it. What do I mean? Think about it. When people are posting things online, they're just showing their best selves. They don't show the bad times. They don't show their ugly sides. They're just showing whenever they look good and make their lives seem better than what they really are. No one ever posts the bad things that are going on in their lives, their bad angles, or posting the fact that the event that they're currently at is much more boring than what they make it seem like online. People can hide behind the screen and make their lives look better than what they really are. Social media has become more of a contest of who has a better life. Just don't get me wrong, live your best life, but actually live it. Don't live it through someone else's. There's a couple of things that men struggle with when it comes to social media, and I call it the dysmorphias. They are body, money, and status dysmorphias. We're so worried about our bodies not looking the same like someone else's online. We're worried on the fact that we don't make the same money as someone else online. We're worried on the fact that we don't get enough attention like someone else online. We're so worried about everyone else, and we're just comparing ourselves to others. And that's the problem with social media. Our brains weren't developed to see thousands of people like the modern day. If you really think about it, social media has only been around for 20 years. Compared to how long humans have been on this planet for, we're still adjusting to everything. And unfortunately, because of this change, some men are struggling more than others. So the way you can go about this is to remember that social media is fake. Do not compare yourself to others, and that you are in your own race. And as long as you know that you're working towards something, everything will work out. The fourth habit will be having a low awareness factor. And this goes in coincidence with how much knowledge you seek to attain. We spend so much of our times investing into things that will not move the needle. We're scrolling through our phones, we're watching Netflix, we're partying, we're just doing activities that will not move the needle forward. And yeah, part of it, I believe, is because we're lazy. But I also believe it's because we just don't know any better. We just don't have the right information. We don't know the consequences that these actions will have for us in the long run. I got lucky with the mindset that thinks 10, 20, 30 years ahead because it allows me to prepare myself for the future. Some people don't have the same mindset that I have. They're more focused on the present, which can be good at times, but not for all the times. And that's what having a low awareness factor means. Not knowing things, not having the right information. All of which is the reason why most people fail. You need to raise your awareness factor. How? You seek more knowledge. Instead of watching Netflix, watch some educational YouTube videos. Instead of scrolling through TikTok, read a book. Instead of partying with old friends, go ahead and reach out to someone who's on the same path that you desire to be on. Lastly, the habit that keeps men weak is not making enough money, having a low income level. And some may say that this is not a habit, but what is a habit? According to the dictionary, it's a settled tendency or a usual manner of behavior. The way I see it is this: we all go to work practically every day. So we're making money consistently. And when you're doing something consistently, then it's a habit. The problem is that some people have weak habits or weak money-making abilities. And I'm not saying to be a millionaire or anything like that. I'm just encouraging you to make an extra 20 to 30,000, which isn't really that hard. Imagine what your life would look like if you made an extra $20,000 to $30,000 a year. It'll change the way you see yourself, it'll change the way people around you see you, and it will make you a lot happier. People don't realize that money has an important role in our lives, and for everyone it's different. Either way, if you don't feel confident or you're just unhappy, figuring out a way to make more money can change that. At least I know it did for me. And the easiest way for someone to increase their income is by learning a high income skill, as I have always said. I promise you all, if you take these 5 things I mentioned today, your life will change completely, 100% guaranteed. The modern way of living isn't hard. We are just unaware of all the obstacles that make it hard. We can win in the modern world. It's just a matter of being equipped with the right knowledge, the right skills, and the discipline to want to change our lives. But besides that, guys, I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.